Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for showing up for another Truthful Tuesday. I'm Amatullah, and we'll have a conversation with my friend Jayne of the Collective View, and we're going to talk about our truth as a mother, as mothers. So, yeah, I hope everyone's having a good week. Let's get my friend in here now. Hi, Charlie. Say Charles Alley. Hey, I hope you stay tuned. Let me let Jayne in. Let me let her in. Come on. Yeah. I hope it connects real fast, guys. Yes. Good night.
Hi.
Hi, Jayne. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. It's a truthful Tuesday. I love it.
Yes. Truthful Tuesday in full effect.
I know. But I have to tell you, because this was the truth topic is on moms, I kind of was like, listen,
Hmm.
if we're gonna be truth about this is this and this is that. This
That's
is it.
exactly what we're here for. The
Indeed.
truth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Our truth today.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Sabrina. Sabrina link. All right. So
Yes.
thank you everyone that has joined in already. I appreciate your time and attention. Hey Ellie and Joni. All right, guys. So we're here this Tuesday with my friend Jayne, and we're going to speak about our truth as a mother. So, Jayne, I would love for you to give us a little insight first on your mom,
That's mean.
do you have sons, daughters?
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So
And
I have twin 9-year-old daughters, and that's it.
that's
I have a dog too. I like to say that she was kind of my firstborn. So she is 13 and a half,
Jazzy.
14.
Yes,
She's lovely.
yes, yes.
But yeah, no. So yeah, I got two daughters, and it was I will fully, in being a truth and talking about moms, I was not the woman out there that pined to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like something I thought like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to be a mom. But I will tell you, and I can truthfully say this, I am truly blessed to be a mother
Yes,
and have the ones that I have. So it's yes.
yes. With us being moms, we have what we're supposed to have. Our children are supposed to be our children,
Mhm.
and that's just what it is.
Indeed. Yeah. But I will tell you, it's kind of funny doing it this hour of the day. I do find for a mom, like, I don't know what it is, they're 9, and there's still some weird, like, witching hour. It used to be when they were little, people like, oh, the witching hour. I don't know what happens, but my daughters at the end of the day are still like get all hyped up, and I'm like, no, like it's time to wind down because either I'm
Right.
tired or there are things I'm gonna want to get done once you're asleep, and I'm just like, so like it is like at the end of the day, I'm like, what is happening? I feel like we're back in some spot when they were little. So yes.
Yes. I feel like they're just fighting sleep still.
Yeah,
Like they'll
totally.
pull out this extra energy and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you're bouncing off the wall. You're sleepy.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
Like something. I don't get it. And I don't know if it's like and I think that is something too about a mom. It's like as your children go through phases, like the entire motherhood and parenting goes through
It
phases.
does.
It's
Mm-hmm.
so interesting. It's like it's forever evolving. I just
It
actually
is.
Sabina's on, and I just got to have lunch with her this past week, and she's got a lovely 16-year-old, and she was
Okay.
talking about some of her worries in life and with her
Mm-hmm.
16-year-old, and I was like, like
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
different type of stress as they grow. I'm not so much worried about them falling down and
Right.
doing something ridiculous, although my one daughter did break her foot actually last week. But
Oh.
a toe, I should say, but
Oh,
the most ridiculous thing. She's totally fine. Like she just has to wear a
great.
closed boot for a couple weeks, but
How did she
whatever.
do that?
Well, she was doing a handstand in the kitchen, because that's where you should not do
Right.
hand.
Exactly. Right. Right.
And her foot came down on the handle, and yeah,
Mm,
it was like something isn't right. I let it go for a day, and then I was like, this needs to get checked out.
right. Oh,
As
yeah.
the ER
Yeah.
nurse, I was like,
As the ER nurse.
I have a feeling I will not be
Yes.
that parent that lets you walk around on a broken foot and then you grow up with like a crooked foot that's, like so
Mm, okay, let's get it checked out.
yes.
Yes. Um, Cal's Gem, she commented, me either. I totally agree. And Sabrina Lauren,
Said truth.
she said truth. She said truth.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Yeah.
Jayne, I would like to know, what does your truth as a mother look like?
Um, well, it looks a lot like this, like as there's like very minimal makeup to like put
Hmm.
me together.
Hello.
Like, I did put some mascara on, but and I was like, because normally for these talks, I will try and like bring,
Yes,
a certain look and
yes,
stuff. I was like, no,
you
it was.
do.
So I think the truth is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of energy, and it's depending on the type of parent you want to be and how you want your
Mm-hmm.
children to be raised. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of energy. It
It
is
is.
a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
and but I will, and it sounds so cheesy to say, but at the end of the day, no matter how like frustrated, there is this silly little like, oh my gosh, yes, like of course I love you, or they'll say something so sweet, they'll make something, they'll like draw a picture or whatever, and it is like the entire like, okay, we're doing all right, we're doing okay,
Yeah.
we're somewhere
Yeah.
track, yes, yeah, yeah. In
It
fact,
is. And
I
it's a lot
yeah,
of communicating.
it is definitely the truth for me is not having the pristine like perfectly clean ultra organized home because
That's where we live. Okay? Come on.
exactly, yeah.
We live
I mean
in
there's
our
like
home.
what there's like the entire like clothes isn't like they don't they'll pull like try and find something in their drawer and then it's like the drawers are half open, it's like okay whatever but
Right.
my house
We
is
pick
cluttered
our
with little arts
battles.
and crafts projects. This was like sitting on the counter behind me, something that my Gabriella had
Mm-hmm.
made. So it's just one of those things that like, it's just life.
Just
Yeah, whatever
life.
I do, it's just kind of around. I've got girls, so like we've had our glitter episodes in life.
I
There's
love it.
always some little sparkle somewhere.
Right, right. I mean, how dull would life be without some sparkle? Come on.
Seriously. Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, Jane. No, but yeah, the truth as a mother, it does take a lot of
Mhm.
energy. And because we're raising two little humans with their own personalities
Mhm.
and they're growing. I
Yeah.
will say, my 11-year-old, he may have been 7 when he told me this. I said, Martell, I know you. You're my son. He
Hmm.
said, mommy, I'm changing every day.
Woo!
You don't know me. I said, you're right. Like, I just know what you've shown me thus far. And so I had to take a step back and like, yeah, he's right. We all are evolving and
Yeah.
we have to evolve with our children. And for me, I just pray that we evolve positively. We're going to have humps and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I intentionally pray that our relationships stay intact as they continue to grow.
Hmm.
And it's already been challenging for me with my 11-year-old,
Hmm.
feeling like he's my
Yeah.
equal. And that takes a lot of patience and talking and, just sitting
Hmm.
down and listening to him also, because
Yeah.
that's where I see, oh, you feel like you here with
Hmm.
me. No. So, but there's lots of love
Yeah.
also, you know?
Well, listening to them, like, because
Yeah.
my girls, like, they'll say something like, Mom, you made me upset because you didn't do this, or you said something, or you didn't, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and it was just like something casual or whatever maybe, and it's like, oh, okay, I get it. You know what? We want to, or something. I don't like how you did this or did that, and it's nothing like, you know, mean what they're saying, but it just bothered them. So it's like I do need to listen to them. Like, okay, we won't do it like this, or I won't call this,
Right.
say this line or whatever, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes,
Mm-hmm.
Sabine, slime. I've avoided it
Slime.
like the plague.
Yeah.
I can't stand
Yeah.
it.
It had a short life with us. It was like, that slime has to have a short lifespan. So yeah, we're out of that phase.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
So Jane, where do you seek guidance as a mother to your girls?
That's a weird. I had to, because you sent me these questions before. I had to think about that. I
Mhm.
don't. I think it just kind of casually comes up, and you just find it like with other moms. Quite honestly, in a way, um, I I think I don't have like a specific source. I'm an only child, so I
Mhm.
think too, like, my mom is always like, "Oh, twins, they're different." So I don't feel like sometimes she has the like,
Right.
or she just doesn't want to answer. I
Right.
don't know. Uh, so I don't know. I mean, I just kind of, yeah. Where are my sources? Definitely, I think friends, and like it doesn't. I
Mhm.
don't. A lot of my friends actually, I think their kids are a little, well, no, I take it back. Like some are about the like this same age or older for sure. So it's just kind of interesting, and how like I hear things from them, and you do kind of pick up on different things, and like you just, it's, I don't think it's guidance when I'm seeking it, but it's almost like a commiseration almost.
Mhm.
Or there have been a couple times where I have been like, so like whole movie rating thing, like how, like, did you, I remember one time with my friends being like, so do you guys let your kids watch PG-13 or whatever? Or, you know what I mean? Like, where does that fall?
Mhm.
And like maybe a question about sleepovers have come up recently too. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
So yeah. So from
And
your
actually,
friend.
I just see that Jacqueline hopped on. She's another CNS friend of mine, and she's
Hi,
5 children,
Jacqueline.
and she,
Five.
she, I want to say like she probably, I should reach out to her sometimes too, because she's probably got really good tips on being a parent.
Yeah. It's really it's special
Mhm.
when you're able to keep those connections intact when you have multiple children.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, reach out to Jacqueline, honey.
Yeah. Um, and I will say too, sometimes I think I have a secret blessing with having twins, because, and since they're
Sure.
my only ones, I don't have to juggle like other age groups, like you said, because it's
Mhm.
so much on your mind. And it's like,
Oh,
okay,
oh yeah, that's true. Mhm.
there is something
Yeah,
like, okay, it's like the same like
it's the
projects that are going on at
same.
school, like in general, same kind of group of friends that I'm aware of,
Right.
general same activities, so they can do together if need to. So yeah, that's
Oh yeah, that is a real sweet spot.
it. Yeah.
'Cause with me, right, with my two, they're 2.5 years difference, and everything is not for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been times where my oldest has gone with his friends
Yeah.
somewhere, my youngest has stayed with me, and my youngest will go somewhere with one of his friends.
Mhm.
And plus, they need some time apart
Mhm.
also.
Yeah.
But yeah, I tell them everything is not for the both of you to do together. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, I think I get this coasting after those first 2 years of life with them.
Yo, come on. It does get better. It does get easier when they're more
Yeah.
independent. They can feed
Yeah.
themselves and
Yeah.
go to the restroom, make a little sandwich. It's like, oh, this
I
is
know.
great.
And then they make a snack for you. And
Oh,
then your
yeah,
kitchen is
that's
like,
the best. Right.
like every dish was pulled out to make that little snack. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
thank
Love
you.
it.
It is special. We
It
gotta
is,
love all the phases of motherhood.
for sure. Hmm.
So, Jane, how do you praise yourself as a mother?
Mm. I also struggled with how to answer this one
Mm,
because I think one, I'm just not one to be like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this so good, this so great. I think it is just like when I hear other people compliment my daughters, you know what I mean? Like, oh,
Mhm.
they're so kind or whatever. They're so polite or whatever. That to me in itself is something that I find to absolutely be um, a compliment and like a praise to me. It's like indirect, you know, if you compliment my children, you're complimenting me then, you know what I mean? Like in some
Mhm.
weird way. Um, not things like their personal successes, like I don't know, like maybe a picture they drew or something. I don't know, things like that. But when I hear the human life compliments, that's where I'm like, oh,
Sure.
yeah,
Like, oh, your children are so mannerable. They're so polite.
yeah. Then I'm like,
That's like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm
So
doing a
that's,
great job.
mm-hmm. Yeah. But otherwise, like, I don't know. I don't like. Hmm. I don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
is
let's practice right now. Let's go. I
um,
am a wonderful mom.
yes, I am a wonderful mom. I do. I
Period.
absolutely know that I take good care of my children. So, and
Yeah.
yes,
Yes,
provide
you
them
are.
cool life opportunities and things like that, and just make things like, you know, adventures. Like, so
Right.
here in Chicago, we had this really cold snap a couple weeks ago, like -15,
Crazy.
and yeah, that was it was rough. And like we bundled up to go outside and do something. I was like, we're going on an adventure, girls. Like it made it fun. And like
In -15 weather. Let's go.
and it was so funny because we were just, you know, um, just like laughing about it. And then the next day or a couple days later, we went and did something, and they're like, "This is our next adventure," and it was just so funny how they had
Oh,
ran with that.
I love
So yeah,
it. I love it. Sabrina said, Jane, you're a wonderful mom.
thank you.
You are.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's awesome though.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep the adventures going.
And Lala, I know you are too. So I know that you have done so much
Yes,
for your boys. So
thank
just so
you.
you know, yeah. Sabine, I
Yeah.
know your daughter, you're an amazing mom, how you've raised her. So, Jacqueline, I can tell you always post things on your children and the love and devotion she has. So, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have anyone else on here, unfortunately, else I'd be like, hey. But yeah.
Yes. And I do surround myself with other good mothers.
Yeah.
And that's important too.
Hmm.
And I pay attention to their relationships with their
Right.
children. And stuff that has turned me off from
Mm-hmm.
connecting further with some women that I've met. And I'd be like, oh yeah. Then I'm like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So I do pay attention to that, and I intentionally tap into and surround myself with other great women that are great moms
Mm-hmm.
also, because it rubs off on you. And
Yeah.
that's who I would ask advice from, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Mm-hmm.
So, Jane, what are some of your challenges as a mother with your two twin beautiful girls?
So I think it's just a challenge of like patience, you know, like I guess
Mhm.
for me it's like when you ask somebody to do something, they should do it versus
You
asking,
think?
you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, you know. So the
Mm-hmm.
level of patience for me, like having that patience. And I definitely, I want to say in the past like 2, 3 years, I've definitely gotten way more patient with them and just
That's
how to
great.
handle that. So I think that to me is a challenge. And it's I don't know, like it's for me, I was never like the baby mom. Like I kind of like I love the age bracket that they're in, and adolescents I think are really fun to deal with too. But I think so I think it almost like for me the challenges are going to be different. Like I had challenges because it was so frustrating
Sure.
for little when they can't communicate with you. And that was like, you know, you just get more tired, and my for me it was.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh my gosh, like why are they crying? Why is this? Um, so now I'm just my challenges is more just because I know they hear me. I know they understand me.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
that's where
Yeah.
my patience is with them.
Yeah.
I think that to me is that, and just also just like having the whole balance, you know, like you don't want to have spoiled children, but like if they're good, you want to make sure they're appropriately rewarded and like work hard. So it's like finding that right balance for them, type of thing, and whatever that is for you. So that's sometimes like my own personal challenge. Like, okay, and so I give them an allowance of $2 a week, and I'll take
Ballin'.
I'll take like a quarter off if they don't do something, or we have some
Yeah,
really bad behavior type of thing that
I
happens.
love it. I
So,
love it.
but it's like that's like how I kind of got around it. But it's one of those things, like, I don't know, like we'll be in the store and, oh, this is so great. No, you know what I mean? Like I just can't every single time that you want something, you get it. You know what I mean? But it's one of those weird deep inside. You're like, oh, don't you just wish you could give your kids everything? But yeah, we don't.
Them hearing
Yes,
no helps shape them for the world
it is.
because
Yeah,
you're going to hear no in the
it
world. You're
is.
not going to hear yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. And that
So,
whole entire
no,
thing things too, I think is really important, that concept. So then with their allowance, like there's been a couple times I'm like, if you really want this, you go ahead and get it. Like there was a book fair at school, and I was like, I will pay so much for so many books. If you want anything else, then you get it. And like, of course, then they came with like silly pens or whatever, you know what I mean? Actually, and one of them might have gotten slime, to tell you the truth, now that I'm thinking about this, Sabine. So um, I was like, that was their money, I was like, I am not
right,
for this.
right.
So, yeah,
You spend your money on that.
yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, and another challenge that I can relate to when you say the children not listening, because they are of age where they speak English, they hear excellently,
Yes.
but they choose not to do it. And I'm like, listen, that's not going to work.
Right?
So it is, but it's a constant thing. I would love for it to go away like that,
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
but it's one of the challenges because I think it's just pushing that envelope. Like,
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
want or not wanting to do it. Every time we ask our children to do something, they may not want to do it, but you have to do it because hello, I
Hmm.
asked you to. I'm your
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah. And it's like, it's a respect thing
It's
that they need.
a respect thing.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I
Jackie
want to
said
say,
yes.
I was growing up, like that was something that was a really big thing for me, was like, if you don't listen, you're being disrespectful. And,
Exactly. It is
Mhm.
it's a form of disrespect that I'm battling
Yeah.
with my oldest more so than my youngest, but they both will do it. And with my oldest, I took something away, but I am still going
Hmm.
to do it because so it was the same scenario, intentionally not listening,
Yeah.
and they have a sixth grade end of the year field trip, and I said, I'm not going to pay for that. I'm not going to spend my hard earned money
Hmm.
on you and you're intentionally not listening to me. That is so disrespectful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I said, if your dad can pay for it, you can go.
Hmm.
So I reached out to dad. Dad's like, well, if your mom said no, then no. I was like, oh no, he's not gonna go. So then I had to. I was like, oh no, wait a
You're like,
minute.
oh, here I am backpedaling.
So I had to circle back, have a conversation with him about
Yeah.
the experiences and how I want him to enjoy, his childhood and his sixth grade field trip with his friends.
Yeah.
And I'm going to send you because you need to feel that
Yeah.
goodness. But, you still have to respect me.
Mhm.
I'm not, I don't know, it's kind of tricky because I am doing something that I said I wasn't going to do.
Yeah. Hmm.
But I'm explaining to him why. It's not because you've shown me you're this new, respectful, you know,
Hmm.
child of mine.
Yeah.
That's still an area we're working on, but I want you to feel some goodness because if they don't experience anything,
Hmm.
that's going to make them even more
Yeah.
upset, I think.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
eh. So, yeah, I did. But I usually do try to stick to what I say.
Hmm.
And we've been on our way to restaurants.
Uh-huh.
And they're acting up in the car. I turn right around.
Right.
Yo, y'all having peanut butter and jelly. This is how you're acting now? They be
Hmm.
like, oh, mommy, no. Yeah. And I
Yep.
have to come back home
Yeah.
because they have to
Yeah. You're
understand
not just
me.
saying it, and you're not
I'm not just
meaning
saying
it.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, friend.
And it hurts you too, though. That's the thing, because I'm sure you're like, I
I
want to
want
go
to
out.
go.
I want to eat.
Yeah. I already knew
I
what
don't
I was
want the
going to
peanut butter and jelly
order.
sandwich again.
Okay. It's so true. Sometimes, yeah, I do have to miss out, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just part. We still enjoy a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
and one thing I've seen, what keeps me stern in implementing that discipline and not giving in is
Mm-hmm.
because when you do, the child, they don't respect
Yeah.
you. They play with you and toy with you, and there's a level of respect that
Mm-hmm.
dissolves that you cannot get back.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's very
uh,
true. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I do want you to leave us with something to think about
Mm-hmm.
from your truthful experience as a mother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so before my own personal thing, I was thinking about this too.
Mhm.
So, like I've worked in the ER and I've seen parents come in with kids sometimes, and it's really interesting. There was one that really was a kind of a frequent flyer, and one of the EDs I was in, autistic, had special needs, and the mother would just get so frustrated and angry. It just would escalate things, and like we would just really have to remove her
Mhm.
just to kind of take care of the patient. But I think that's just really something that it's hard for us. Like, and I don't do a great job of giving myself that time sometimes. But I think that's really important. Is general. I would want to say to all moms to be able to find some time somehow, some way of taking care of themselves and just rejuvenating yourself so you can have that energy to be a good mom and to be a good parent.
It's
Yeah.
vital. It's vital.
Mm-hmm.
I say it so often. We
Yeah.
were groomed to think, oh, you put your
Yeah.
children first. Oh, put your child first.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
you have to put yourself first
Mm-hmm.
so you're good for your child. And that's taking intentional shifting for me, because when they were younger, it was just them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't working for me. I was like, this isn't working for me.
Right.
And so I've had to really implement intentional moments for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found a great massage place that's very affordable.
Nice.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
twice a month, this is my
Good.
jam. Like,
Good.
no ands
Yes.
or buts about it.
Uh-huh.
But we have to intentionally do that, because
Mm-hmm.
you can get so wrapped up in your child or
Yeah.
your children.
Yeah. Or, it's even if it's not that, it's like, let's say like you're so busy with work and then what you have left over, you give to your children because you feel like I think there is like this guilt, maybe not for everyone, but sometimes like when you work full time,
Yeah.
that you're like, oh my gosh, now I need to give you as much as I gave like my work or whatever. And it's just fully,
Mm-hmm.
it's finding that full balance. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really, this is why I definitely, there's no doubt for me. The truth is that being the parent has been the most difficult and most challenging thing, I want to say. Not difficult, but maybe difficult just because of all these things. Because it's different than like an adult relationship
Yeah.
with your significant
Mm.
other. Because
Yeah, we
it's
can't
like,
break up with them.
there's no, it's a no return policy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Freaking
Right.
Louise. Yeah, no. But it's like, you can't do anything about it. Like you're stuck with them for life. They're your forever, truly. So
Yeah.
um
Mm-hmm.
so I think that is, yeah. um, but what else do I want to think of? Something to think about from truthful experience. Yeah, just that taking the time. But there is so much joy. And if you do take that time, then like once you have yourself taken care of and you're in a good spot and just taking that time with them, kids are really, at least like up into the age that I've still experienced. And I think maybe even through some teenagers, because I've seen some beautiful teenagers, you take those times with them and spend time with them, hear where they are in life, and to really value them too, and just appreciate all those different levels. I think that's just so important because, and they're sponges, man.
There they are.
They everything. So, um, they have absolutely truly made me a better person. I know that because I
Yeah.
want to be good for them And I
Yeah.
think, I strive, um, and I always did care about the environment, but I'm always like, oh my gosh, there are really going to be no glaciers for my children to see when they're adults. You know what I mean? Like things like that. There's so many more things I care about
Yeah.
because of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's so true, friend. I was driving here on 820, no, 836 by the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And there's water there. And it used to be a little island that you would see more
Uh-huh.
greenery. The tide was high, and let me tell you, it's real with what's happening with the sea levels.
Mm,
Where you used to see a big hump, it was just little peaks of grass
gosh.
sticking up. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
where is this highway going to be in like
Yeah.
25, 35 years? It's not going to still be here.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So all that motivates me too, as a mother, being more conscious and
Yeah.
doing what we can.
Right.
Because the children, they're aware. They're so
Mm-hmm.
aware.
Yeah.
So
They
I
are.
feel that. I know. Oh, yeah.
And
Well, those are all my questions for tonight, friend.
I love it. I love it. I love the Truthful Tuesdays. You bring out good stuff here. So.
Thank you so much. So do I. And this is part of me taking time to do something for myself
Yes.
and shut everything out for these moments.
Yeah.
And it's really helping me just keep my fire lit inside of
Mm-hmm.
me and be an
Mm-hmm.
example to my children when it comes to truth.
Yes.
Speaking the truth is easy. And that's what I tell them. And they are going through a phase where they're pulling in, my oldest will pull in a lie before the truth. And I just want him to
Yeah.
understand the importance of shifting that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
Yeah.
different. It's just a different energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know that's not the truth because it's the vibration that I get from you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you think you're not fooling me, honey.
Yeah.
So Truth for Tuesdays, they are great and they keep
Yeah.
me being truthful outside of just
I
Tuesdays.
love it. It's good stuff.
Yes, friend. Thank you so much
Always a
for your
pleasure.
time, your insight, your beautiful smiling face.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll be back with our next topic. I don't know what it's going to be just yet, but it'll be another layer to us.
Absolutely. I will be truthful. That's all
It
that
will be
matters.
truthful. Yes, it will. So thank you everyone that gave us your time and attention. We love y'all. I
Yeah.
love me. I love you, Jane.
Love you, Lala.
And
So it's good stuff.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Good night, everyone.